Okay. Hey guys, my name's Chadwick. My channel, I don't know, I might remake a channel for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff now. But this is a cubic deck that I had theorized. My phone stopped recording because it's a piece of shit. Because literally if I touch any of the side of my phone, it just stops recording. Isn't that fantastic? Love modern technology. Anywho, this is all theories. So I'm going to go through some theories again. First things first, because this is the weirdest thing in the deck, I feel. I'm main decking Triple Toon and Toon Cyber Dragon. The reason why is if you have people who are Timmies, aka Goki players, Spiral players, they're going to make the extra link. 3600 beat stick off of just this little engine that pulls 4 cards out of your deck is pretty solid in a 40 card deck that is trying to assemble a straight flush. Or no, yeah, it'd be a straight for poker. You want 4 cards and you want them to be essentially your big boy and 3 other cards. I call it the straight, show the straight, summon my boy. Speaking of the boy, here he is. You play 3. If he kills a monster, he attacks again. Can't be affected by monster's effects. Excuse me. Can't be affected by monster effects with 3,000 or less attack. And you summon him by revealing 3 other cubic monsters that aren't named himself. So if you get multiple copies of himself, you can't special summon him using another copy of himself with his effect. People try to do that if they cheat you. Tell them to read their fucking cards. That's besides the point. He eats shit up. He burns people at the end of the turn. Okay, so now one of the more important cards here is Duza. Duza says, on summon, normal or special, he sends a copy, or not copy, he sends a cubic spell or trap card from your deck to the graveyard. The 2 cubic spell traps that matter most of the time, the ones you're usually sending, are Karma and Unification. Karma lets you add a cubic to your hand, allowing you to assemble pieces to either summon him or to search him. The more important thing, though, in nowadays, is he can send Unification if you use another card, which I'll go over, a couple of them, I have it in here, that summon him for you. So you have 2 monsters in play. You can make a Link 2, send the Unification, banish the Unification, special summon him from a new one from the deck, and then you can keep doing that all the way up to a Link 4 plus 1 free cubic monster of your choice, level 4 or lower. That's pretty good. Boardload Dragon's pretty hard for some meta decks to deal with these days, especially if they don't have easy outs or if they can't draw into them. Boardload can win you the game. This, as I was saying before my phone fucking pissed me off, is every kid who loved Marshmallon's wet dream. It's a Marshmallon in an archetype. Wow, it fucking finally happened. Happened a while ago, but still. How he works is he can't be destroyed by battle. It's continuous, so your opponent can't negate it. You know, fucking go beat your fucking whatever off later else. I don't know what I was saying. Anywho. When he gets attacked, you can willingly send him to the spell trap zone as a continuous spell card, and if you do, a monster gets a cubic counter. Cubic counter, I'm going to explain it one time. When a monster has a cubic counter on it, its attack, it can't attack, and its effects are negated. If, for example, like if you run this into a monster whose effect is like, it's like if you run this into a monster like Trigate Wizard, right? So I run this into Trigate Wizard, I take some damage, use the effect, send it to there, put the counter on it. The activate going to the spell and trap zone puts the counter on the monster. I believe it's cost, which means that your opponent can't negate its effect because its effects are already fucking gone. So that's awesome. Here are the one-ofs. You got 3 shitty ones and then the one that fucking matters. I believe he's the one that matters. Yeah, he's the one that matters. Okay, so these are one-ofs to help you summon the Lord better. They all have pretty cool effects. This lets you burn for 800, which could be very useful in a lot of situations. The other 2 are kind of just rocks. They're just like the better of the shitty lords. This one is the +4 God himself. I love this card to death. If your opponent isn't playing a Fire King kind of guy to banish the shit over and over and over again, like happened to me in playtesting because my buddy only has Fire Kings, fuck me. This card is nuts. You use the Unification Link combo with Duza to make Boardload. Well, now you have 3 of these bitches sitting in your fucking graveyard. You know what's great? The last one searches, summons this guy. This guy says, hard as fuck to summon, but when you summon it with the little combo, which makes him easy, when he's sent to the graveyard by your opponent, you get to then special 3 of those Duzes back, getting 3 sins, which are usually going to be searches, and then on top of that, when he goes himself, you get to then add a cubic card. So he is, in fact, a legit +4. Technically, he'd probably be like, send 3 karmas, so that would be, you get 3 monsters, so that'd be +3. You get the search off of him, and then you get 3 more searches, so he'd be like a +7 or some fucking shit. This is one of the best cards the game's ever had. No archetype, outside of something as bricky and hard to play as Cubics, will ever have a card this good. Holy fucking shit. Thank you, Konami. Now, here's the engine to get your Link shit going, and also just to play the game sometimes. Summoner Monk, and I play Red Resonator. I play 2 Red Resonator, and a Birdman. So, how all this shit works is this. Red Resonator is so you can then make... It lets you do a free draw with Stardust Charge Warrior. It was a deck people, or it was a strat people played in the Cubic deck a while back. I wanted to test it again. It's still good to this day. For several reasons, and I can go over some different plays with it if I really needed to. Don't think I need that. I want to get this video done before like 8 minutes or something. So there, that. And then here's the Birdman. Birdman says, you summon your Duza, you summon your Duza, you get your Send, you can bounce your Duza back to your hand. You can also bounce the big guy to your hand if you still have cost in your hand after with the Duza in play, meaning that you get a free level 7 Synchro, and since your big boy is unaffected by monsters' effects who have less attack than himself, you can Black Rose, he doesn't die, and your opponent eats 3k to the face, and then another 3k burn. Pretty fucking sweet. This one here says, he's usually a +1, +2, depends on who you want to talk to. When he's summoned, he goes to defense mode, you send a spell card from your hand to your graveyard, you have tons of spell cards, you have 2 spell cards you want to use in the graveyard over and over again. And then he summons a level 4 monster from your deck. Can't attack, or yeah, it can't attack, I think, or some stupid shit. That doesn't matter. So you get your Duza, Duza sends a thing, and you go from there. He lets you do the link plays, because you go Summoner Monk, discard a spell, get the Duza, Duza effect, send Unification, link for a 2, you send the new one, link for a 2, banish the Unification, summon another Duza, the other Duza sends another Unification, link for a 3, summon another... same kind of thing, all the way up to your Link 4. And when you do your Link 4, when you banish the last time, you won't have another copy of your boy engrave. So then you summon the +4, +7, depending on who you want to talk to. The fucking absolute monster, the utter unit. You summon him. Favorite card, probably you use ever printed. I'm main decking DD Crows because, yet again, Spirals, Gokis, and Invoked sometimes, I guess. They're all fucking cunts. You just play this shit and you just shit on your opponent. If your metagame's better off with, like, Ogres, Ashes, Drolls, whatever, you play them. I'm playing these because I think this is going to be good in my metagame. It's up to you. I'm playing 2 Foolish Burial Goods. I'm playing 2 because it's a hard once per turn. I understand that it's really good. It's just if you draw more than one of this in your opening hand, that is not 4 unique cubic monsters, including your Lord. That is 2 cubic monsters plus your Lord. That's 3. 3's not 4. That fucking sucks. So I play 2 of this. This card's great. It's amazing. I understand. It's awesome. I'll fucking talk to the moon about how good this fucking card is. 110%. It's just playing more than 2 of this card can really fucking suck in this deck. Especially with things like my Allure Darknesses, which I'm playing 3 of. Yet again, testing. We're seeing what the fuck's going on here. If this card feels bad in testing, then I'll drop it. Sure, I don't fucking care. You can use it to banish out extra copies of Summoner Monk. I can use it to banish out DD Crows that are dead. Shit like that. That's why I'm playing DD Crow 2, because this is a lure target. Keeping up, cool. It's fucking whatever. I hit 8 minutes and I'm fucking already wanting to kill myself. Cubic Karma. Okay, so Karma is a sweet card. It has 3 effects, 1 effect's irrelevant. The most important effect says you banish it from your graveyard, you search a Cubic card. That's awesome. Cubic Wave. Cubic Wave says... build a board against my deck, you fucking retard. I dare you. Its first effect says, you turn your 3k beater into a 6k beater. That's pretty sweet. Plus you power down your opponent's monster. I think the card used to be called Ryokai. That was the old Yu-Gi-Oh card that got like banned or something a long time ago. Did the same thing. It's a Ryokai. On top of the effect, if you banish this, plus some cubic monsters from your grave, you can put cubic counters on your opponent's stuff. So, you activate this. If your opponent doesn't do anything, the number you banish plus the counters being applied are all one thing. So if your opponent just like doesn't respond to you using your Cubic Wave's banish effect, I think it's like banish for cost, and then your opponent has to respond, in which case counters get spread all over their board, all their shit's negated, and you proceed to OHKO them. Unification of the Cubic Lords. This is the card that if you draw it, it feels bad, but I mean, what the fuck you gonna do? A lot of people like to play Twin Twisters. I'm thinking about taking in Dark Core, because Dark Core is weird. I don't know. It's banish a monster, discard a card. I don't know. I'm gonna check. This build is not inherently done. There's all kinds of testing to do with this deck, I feel, because you can really tech this deck out to whatever you want. The engine's like 25 cards, maybe 27. The supporting cards are like whatever you really want. But realistically, in my opinion, the main supporting cards you will always have will be Foolish Burial Goods and Summoner Monk. You should always have those cards in this deck, I feel. And yeah, Foolish Burial Goods. Everything else is kind of just whatever you want to try, man. Yeah. So here's the extra deck link, or here's the extra decks. you're not really ever making like big link monsters. Nightmares are really sweet. I didn't put them together. I'm fucking stupid. Hold up. Nightmares are really sweet because they let you discard cards. You have to co-link usually for these. I don't know. Well, you don't have to co-link to make the user effects, but they make you discard cards. This one says you can play the game if your opponent plays Zibly, so that's cool. But these ones here say you can discard a card, which will let you get your pluses in case you hard draw one of these. Which then lets you send a karma, and then you get a search instead of a that, which is even better, arguably, sometimes. Hey, fucking argue with people. I don't fucking care. I'm not here to argue with people on the internet over shit that honestly doesn't matter or is only relevant to me sometimes, so fuck it, I don't care. Favorite card, pulled that shit like a fucking animal. We play more just stuff to climb up. This is more stuff to climb up. It can be literally anything, it's whatever. Borolo Dragon. Yep, that's the guy you're trying to get to beat your opponent to death. This is the dude for Red Resonator. When he synchroed, you draw a card. I got the third one here. I think I ordered 4 or 5 because I just needed to get the shit done. Red Resonator into this is cool because the idea here is you summon the Red Resonator, you special summon the Dooza from your hand, you synchro for this, you draw a card, the Dooza gets sent, unification trigger, you get your monster, and then you do to the Boar Load, you go all the way up to Boar Load, but instead of getting a free monster at the end, what you get is a free draw. Or maybe you still get the free monster. I can't remember exactly how that goes, but yeah. Then this is just a junk synchro. This is going to be Black Rose. I borrowed my buddy my Black Rose because he's playing, Dinos, and we were going to go to YCS, and that's whatever. And then Mega Fleet. Mega Fleet is the reason why I'm playing the Toon Cyber Dragon engine at all. It's, I don't know, man. It gets rid of stuff out of the extra, like, it interrupts an extra link, for one, if I need to get to the extra deck, which I rarely do. I'm going to be playing Cowboy in here, too. Because yet again, I just want to get them to where my fucking in turn they're dead, and they don't get to try to come back. That's the idea of the deck. There are plenty other ways to build the deck. I feel you can play dualities. I'm not playing dualities because that shit is something else. I can play them. I'm probably going to test it eventually. I think the way the deck is currently stationed, powering into a Boar Load to then OHKO your opponent by taking the thing you can't run over or something that's pesky, because that happens sometimes. Here, I'm just going to leave like something in front of you so you can, while I'm talking. Here's this thing. So like running your opponent down is what you want to do. And this deck can play through a lot of things because of how all the cards work in interactions and such. And there's many people out there to talk to you about it that aren't me. Regardless, this is the test. I'm going to pop this up on the channel. This probably is shit video because my overhead light isn't good enough, and this thing here, I have to like angle the cards up, or I have to like fucking do it like that, and then you got glare on sleeves. That's just fucking shit show. But whatever, I showed this off. Plenty of theories. I know I'm more than likely this engine's gonna be kind of dead because I'm playing this, right? So why wouldn't I just play a Sky Striker engine on top of that, right? Like playing like dropping the Hornets and maybe even like the fucking hand traps even, and just like jamming 3 engage, 2 Hornet strikes, 2 other fucking utility things, and then still playing this on top of it, and then just being able to like power through shit even harder with the Blue Girl power down, because it powers down monsters, which lets me run shit over harder, because that's kind of where I'm at in life. I don't know. Fucking yet again, I'm just testing. Like, comment, subscribe if you fucking want to. I don't fucking care. This is the idea. And boys, I'm gonna try to make the dream. Do Sereno. I have a Borolo Dragon now. I'm no longer a pleb.